Good evening, everyone. Please do me a quick favor. Take a look around the room. There's about 9 to 10 of us, give or take. According to the United Health Foundation's Americans' Health Rankings, 72% of Americans in the 72% of the Americans struggle with 1 to 2 bad habits. So that's about 7 or 8 of us in this room right now. My name is Kayla Robinson, and I would like to share 3 easy steps on how you can break your bad habits. I personally have struggled with breaking bad habits, trying to quit cold turkey, doing therapy, even developing whole plans, and nothing worked. Together, we can explore 3 steps into breaking these habits. First is understanding what a trigger is. First is understanding why you can't stop. Second is understanding what a trigger is and identifying your triggers. And third is introducing you to mindfulness training. Don't worry, you're not alone. We're all gonna walk through this together. New York Times top-selling writer, American psychiatrist, and neuroscientist Judson Brewer explained that we all learned to develop habits in the developmental stages of life as a survival skill, and now it's just an instinct for us. We're gonna use my bad habit of stress eating. For stress eating, I learned that when I see food, which is my trigger, I eat the food, which is the behavior, leading to me feeling good, which now is the reward. This process in the brain is known as the context-dependent memory. This is where my brain takes my original memory of food and it connects it to the present. During high times of stress, my brain, a portion of the brain known as the prefrontal cortex, attempts to help me break that habit. But unfortunately, during high times of stress, that's the first part of the brain that actually shuts down. In layman's terms, when I feel stressed, which is my trigger, I start feeling a little emotional, which makes me want to stress eat. That's the behavior once again. My body receives the dopamine from the sugar from the food that I'm eating, and that's the reward. And that gives you the bad habit cycle. It's really kind of crazy because I don't remember teaching myself this coping skill, but it's something that I do almost every day. Second, we're going to define and identify triggers. A lot of us use the term triggers a little loosely, sometimes when we're upset or when we're feeling stressed out. In an article I read on the Frontiers in Behavioral Neuroscience, defined a trigger as a stimulus-inducing reaction or something that provokes a behavior. So this can be a person, a place, a thought, a taste, or a smell. Using my previous example of stress eating, when I feel stressed out, I start to physically look for something sweet. I do it unconsciously, and then I even set it out sometimes so I have easy access to it when I'm ready to eat it. But everybody calm down. You might sound a little attacked. A lot of us tend to stress eat. So with that, can I have all of you take a deep breath with me? Ready? In. And out. So that was perfect. That's going to lead us into the next part of what I'm going to teach you. Mindfulness training. In a nutshell, it's pretty similar to meditation. The difference is that we focus on the present moment, the activity, and the thought. You're taking mental notes of what you're feeling, what you're hearing, what you're seeing. In a TED Talk that I watched starring Judson Brewer, explained that he completed a study with his team showing that mindfulness training was 2 times more effective than gold star therapy. That just means that a lot of people spent a lot of money on top tier therapy and it did not help them break their bad habits. I'd like to share an easy 4-step equation with you on how you can utilize mindfulness training. First, when you see the urge, you're understanding what is making you want to do whatever your trigger is. You start getting curious, and this is kind of the mindfulness training portion of wanting to know how you can break it. You start feeling joy of breaking this habit, and then you repeat it. Really easy, 4 steps. Now that I've explained why you can't stop, defined what a trigger is, and helped you identify what triggers are, as well as teaching you mindfulness training, you can now regain control. One more time, can you guys take one quick look around the room? Those same 7 to 8 people now are no longer struggling with those bad habits. We've learned to break those bad habits, changing the stat to 2 or 3 people struggling with bad behaviors. I'd like to introduce you to a businessman and investment man named Warren Buffett. He is pretty well known for investing. He's made a lot of money, sitting on over $107 billion. The reason I bring this up is because with investing, you have to be smart with your money. And if you have a bad habit of poor spending, that's one of the top habits that people struggle with breaking. To a graduating business class of University of Florida, Warren Buffett shared, "The chains of habits are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken." I've given you the key to unlock your chains to your bad habits. Now it's up to you to use that key. Thank you.